Good morning, beautiful. I hope that this finds you well rested, ready to begin your day. This is your daily tarot oracle, your daily insight on life and love for May 18th, 2022, also being timeless. So wherever you're catching this in time, this might be really relevant or not so much, but it's general collective. Don't force this reading to fit your life. If it doesn't make sense or if it leaves you with a bad feeling, feel free to toss it away. If you have questions about booking your own private reading just based off of this, go ahead to the description, find the email address, or you can find me on the social platforms, which is the @ Raising Savak, so RAISINGSEVAK. No spaces, punctuation, or numbers, any of that. It's just one word. So what I'm seeing right here is somebody is absolutely in the excrement. So I'm going to say it in probably that easy way. Somebody is really losing their crap. They don't have it together. They are somebody who's dealing with a lot of demons in their life, a lot of personal demons, shadows that are overcasting. Their desire for peace is something that just seems to be out of reach. It seems like the more that they know and find out about whatever their situation is, the more that they feel chained to it. And I do feel like this is somebody who feels, they feel kind of chained to their, either it's a sense of destiny, obligation, or yeah, I'm going to go with a sense of obligation. This is what I'm looking at right here. This person is impulsive. I'm definitely getting a sense of impulsiveness around this. Then we have the Queen of Wands. I also see that this person is rather charming. You might be dealing with somebody who's on the high end of narcissistic personality traits. I say the high end of it because it's a spectrum. We all have the ability to have a narcissistic trait. This person seems to be a little bit, so I'm not casting judgment anywhere, but what I am seeing is that this energy right here, again, charming, wanting to give up, I do see that they are overcoming their hard times. I do. Whoever this is, whoever is dealing with this sense of just complete depletion of their energy and a sense of wrath, I do see that they will be overcoming their problems. I feel like this was something that was backbreaking, soul-crushing, and I also see that the Wheel of Fortune. So even in this chaos, there is a sign of order. There's a lot of order around this. So this could be you who's having this breakdown. This could be somebody that you are dealing with. And again, I'm not casting judgment, but I am seeing this for what it is. And what you have or what you are dealing with is something that is very powerful. I don't feel like there's like a sense of poison or malignant energy here. It feels like this person is craving a sense of consistency and structure. So this, it feels like some sort of a passing phase with this person. Now, I'm not telling you to go towards toxic or abusive situations. I'm not telling anybody to deal or do anything illegal in here. But I am seeing very high tyrant-like energy. And again, this could be you. This could be somebody that you're dealing with. What is the upset with this person? Okay, so we have Temperance. This is all around. Okay. Long and drawn out. This journey of, it feels like a physical, even stressor for them. Lots of grand plans that seem to, it seems to be something around a gift or a talent. I do feel like this person, if this is you or somebody that you are dealing with, is dealing with a sense of unfiltered intuition. Now, I'm not a medical professional. I'm not a psychiatrist. I am a psychic tarot and oracle reader and life coach, hypnotist, so on and so forth. I have a lot of tools under my belt, but I can't diagnose anybody with any of this. But what I'm seeing is a intuitive gift that is unfiltered, and it seems like a lot of stresses are pressuring that that gift not down, but it's kind of altering the vision of it, if that makes sense. So it seems like this energy is dealing with a lot of damnation. So it seems like if this is you, you're probably getting a lot of unwanted closure in your life. A lot of things just seem to be eluding your grasp. And also it seems like a lot in your life is potentially crumbling. Now, I don't want you to get hooked on like this. You're not going to be destitute, but it is something that you need to learn to let go of so that you can actually embrace this new chapter. Yes, I'm not gonna lie, it seems like if this is you or somebody that you are dealing with, this road is a hard one. It feels like, you know, nobody's around you or nobody understands. I know what that's like. I know what it's like to feel that nobody's around you and nobody understands. This could be an indicator of hardship, either financially or materialistically, but it seems like being exiled, and it feels like nobody understands. That's very stressful, and I'm really sorry if this reading is about you, but I want you to know that if this is about you, then it's because some part of your life is trying to close off, and you are going to be dealing with a lot of discomfort right now, and it is going to lead to something that is probably grander. All right, so it looks like all grander. Is that even a word? Is that a word? Did I just fudge that up? Like saying something is just the goodest good ever. I mean, you can only say that if you're talking about animals. Like, this is the goodest good girl ever. Purebred, goodest good boy. You know what I'm saying? I know. Anyway, back to the reading. So, okay. The hardship in this, it looks like somebody, no matter what they do in this, feels like they have somehow failed. It feels like they are canceling offers. I feel like somebody is just trying to pull everything in to keep a sense of pride. And it looks like whatever the opportunity was at hand that you, or whoever this is about, saw on the other side of this is slowing down. It's really important for this energy to go inward and reflect. It is a major time of reflection. And it seems like the Three of Swords that was right here is hanging over your head. So it looks like something that is based off of either anatomy or something about you physically is also shaping your destiny. So you might be going through a major physical change right now, and this is part of the hardship. So actually, this could be an indicator of, okay, it's not going to make sense to everybody. Let me just say that. If you're catching this, you are either closing off an incredibly painful chapter, you may be dealing with a serious health issue, and this is talking about the choices that you know that you need to make moving forward. All of this is talking about really difficult choices that you need to make moving forward. I'm not saying that you are dying. I'm not saying that anybody's dying. It's not part of this at all. But you might be having a very intense closure to some aspect of your life, which would be you wanting to pull at everything, just trying to hold everything together. That is very obviously crumbling. And also this could be involving, like I said, a serious health issue, a serious life situation, serious issues in relationships, and also just an overall mental stress right now. So it's time for you to recognize that the Three of Swords is being held over your head, no matter how you try and usually see the world or what your vision is of it. Whatever it is, it's going through an alteration right now. Not altercation, but an alteration right now. And what you see is not going to be necessarily what the reality turns out to be. So you have the power to overcome this. But I also want to say that I'm a big mental health advocate, so I want you to use your resources, your local ones, your national ones, your international ones, whatever you need. There is always going to be something there to help you. And once you utilize what was the word I just said? your resources. Once you utilize your resources, then you'll be able to cut through this a lot faster. Spirit wants you to move through this fast, but it's not the point of denying where your life is at right now. It's a point of accepting where your life is, accepting what got you to this point, and then letting yourself really start to pick and pull this apart so you have a clear view on what's really happening, and making these big decisions moving forward. And this, it feels like a lot of big decisions. There's nothing that is really small about this. We're not even talking about, you know, hey, what am I gonna have for breakfast? It's not like that. This is involving some pretty big life choices, like life direction, and maybe if you are going back to school, or what you're studying, or what you're going to spend your career doing, or what is going to be your career. Are you going to stay in this relationship, or are you going to separate yourself from it? Are you going to completely pick up your life and start new somewhere else? It's going to be major life choices that are coming into play. So, my dear, let's look at this. You've been juggling a lot for quite some time, and this is you just trying to keep your head above water. A lot of challenging cards here, but I don't think that it's a bad thing. Emotionally sensitive, but this is also talking about your intuition and how it's been clouded. Why is this in reverse if this is not clouded? Oh. Your heart, your feelings, your emotions. This is all, it seems to be clouding your intuition, almost taking opinions and options as facts. It doesn't look like the facts are very clear. It feels like a lot of skewed visions and bias. So it's feeling like you don't quite know what the truth is for yourself. And this is why it's so important to settle down and get some form of clarity. Cleanse and detoxify. Okay, from what? Cleanse and detoxify from what? I feel more coming out of this. Whew. What do you desire? Opportunity to forgive and change in direction. I still feel like there's another one in here. What the hecking heck? Cupid. Your heart is changing. You might have issues with personal relationships. Obviously, we can always say, hey, it's the relationship with yourself. That could very well be it. You attract what you are, even at the imbalances. And I'm not giving anyone crap for that. I'm just as at fault as that as anyone else. But it's also a point of recognizing your personal responsibility to self. What is it that you want? What is in your control? And what have you put on others, or has been put on you? What has the exchange been that's been unfair, that needs to come up and be cleared right now? So this, if somebody has put this pressure on you, hear that horn? If somebody's put this pressure on you, it's a point of recognizing this is not what you want. This is not acceptable for you. You are going to let it go. And also, you kind of need to forgive the people on some level who have hurt you. Now, I'm not saying you guys are going to be besties and ride a tandem bike together. That's not what I'm saying at all. It's the point of you forgiving yourself for letting this occupy your life as long as you did, whether it's in physicality or mentally or emotionally. So this changing in direction, you got to drop this anchor. You got to let this anchor go. This is going to be what heals your heart, because the pain from whatever this was is casting a really big shadow over not only your heart, your emotional ability to connect to things, and also the vision that you have of the world and what you choose to do with it. So a lot is riding on this, but whoever this is about, if this is you, or again, somebody that you're dealing with, they're in the shit right now. And I know I said excrements at the beginning, but I think that this word of shit is kind of set for this right now. Whoever this is in the shit. And I am so sorry to say that. thank God I'm not letting my videos be monetized anymore, because first off, I didn't even know how to do that, and second off, this wouldn't even count with it anyways. I don't know. So, okay, talking about you healing the heart and how this has skewed your vision of the world, we have the awakening. So better days are without question ahead. There's going to be clarity. There's going to be internalized clarity. And I do feel like your life has to change, because when you let go of this vision of what had been and what was, you kind of can't act the same way. So this might involve medical intervention. This might involve having a sense of support. This might involve just, changing your routine. But I want you to know that your individual storyline is always going to be more, detailed for your specific thing. So don't just take this as a general collective as I'm saying this. Look at yourself and see what are the changes that you need to make in your life. Is this something as simple as a routine? Do you need to drink lemon water when you wake up, or do you need to completely alter your life? Like, what do you need to do? And this is saying, well, you got to have a new way of being. You have to have a new system put into play. Break the chain, the ancestral patterns. What you are doing in this break that you are having right now is larger than yourself. This is decisions upon decisions and life upon lives that have all accumulated to this moment, where some sort of pain of the past is coming up ahead now, and it's saying no more, and this stops here. So if you have to stop it here, this means that you have to tie it off here, you have to cut it off here, and you have to remove it from everything else. But also you have to identify what this is. You have to see what the entire feeling of this chain is, so that you can disconnect it from everything else and recognize it for what it is. So the star seed, unless you put something in that place from the inside out, it is going to continue to be a void that sucks everything into it and disposes of God knows where. So this is saying, what lights you up, what fills you up, and start to fill that void in with whatever this is. It's going to be part of a life pattern that is taking shape. So what are we doing now? What are we going to do? All right, so what lights you up? After you start making these changes, what are some things that you can expect? Well, look at you. All sweet and spiffy and awesomely, naively, beautifully, innocently. I say naively playful. Don't get carried away with that. Taking on the world in a whole new way. And another reason why I can say that is because you kind of have to learn how to re-exist on a different plane. That's exactly what this is. Existing on a different wavelengths, plane, thought process. And also, stop focusing on this third party or karmic situation that you've endured. Life is trying to give you a cup that is going to help you actually see how much you have changed, how far you have come. It is a huge level of self-awareness. So look at you. You got the high priestess here. They're spiffy, they're sassy. I kind of like them. I would take them shopping. We would go buy shoes together. I'm not quite sure, but we would do these things. So, healing and speaking out about what it is that you do want to experience in your life and having this come your way, and also indulging in the rite of passage of this, because this has been a long time brewing. This has been a long time growing and coming forth in your life. And also, I feel like your heart is protected. So no matter what was going to happen, you were not going to get away from this and remain in a broken state. So there needs to be some line drawn in your life with how you give people access to you. Now, I'm not telling you to ghost everybody. I'm not telling you to behave irresponsibly, but are people inappropriately overstepping in your life? And are you doing this to keep some sense of peace and thinking that this is what's going to make you happy? No. We have boundaries with people in our lives so that we can maintain that relationship and not let it ruin them or ruin ourselves. This has got to be drawn in. If you want to be happy, if you want to have these relationships in your life, everybody has a different boundary, because different bodies bring different aspects of your personality out. And what is the personality that you want to be identified by? How is it that you want to show up in the world? what allows you to show up in that way, and what also takes you away from that personhood. So that's also where it comes through. Now, I know that you're going to have a lot of people who are going to be like, what is the double standard with this? Well, because they bring this out of me, you do not. So therefore, I got to give a little bit more distance for you and let this person into my life because it helps me expand, so on and so forth. And there you go. It's going to be a hard truth. It's going to be a hard thing for some people, but honestly, it's going to make your life a lot easier. And you get to be the King of Swords, not the King of Swords. That was in the beginning of this. You get to be the King of Pentacles, who has this amazing grounded head on their shoulder and who is very self-protective, very focused, driven, and who is constantly expanding and who has really created a sense of an empire in their life. This is strong, and I don't think that the walls are a fortress for you. I feel like it's something that is part of the foundation that makes you so incredibly strong, driven, and ambitious, and just a real big realist, seeing the world for what it is and what you want to experience. All right, it's going to be hard, but this is so well worth it. Again, this might be you. This might be somebody that you are dealing with. So, my dearest, have faith. It's all changing. If you do have questions about booking a private session, go ahead again to the description. Ask about reading times, prices, discounts, and availability with time zones. Let's get this underway. I really love to connect with you. I'm really loving all the people who have reached out and, it's been going kind of crazy and I love it. But you can also ask what services I provide, see what might be right for you, and we'll take it from there. I really look forward to connecting, and until next time, stay safe, have fun, and know that you are greatly loved and appreciated. Bye. Whole new cycle that's coming into play, and honestly, you're a very different person in dealing with this. I do see that there's been a lot of people in your life who have wanted to either reconcile or reach out to you. A lot of people have been wanting to spend some time with you, but there's really nothing that is going to change about them. And I know how frustrating that can be. Don't think that it is lost. I want you to know nothing is going to change. You're not going to be heard. These people just don't want to let you go. That's sweet in its own way, but no. This isn't what you want. This isn't who you are. This isn't the character you want to play. This is learning how to disappoint people for all the right reasons. Isn't that a funny thought? They're disappointed, but it's actually for the right reasons. For you. For them, maybe not so much, but that's their own perception in it, honestly. What is that to you? So this is judgment calling. I do feel like you're seeing them as an entire person rather than what their title is. And what the heck does that even mean? I don't care if they're your parent. I don't care if they're your sibling. I don't care if they're your longtime friend. I don't care if they're a classmate. I don't care if they're a colleague. All of those titles and what goes along with them doesn't matter. You're seeing them as the whole entire entity and the judgment and making a judgment call on what it is that gets to move on to the next level with you. This is going to come in very fast. And I do feel like there is an air of excitement around this. Lots of action being taken, but also it feels like even you are going to be feeling a sense of rejection, because I know this is going to be annoying, but even some of the people you want to keep around you aren't going to have that same feeling towards you. And that's perfectly okay. So this is the art of letting go and acceptance that's coming into play. But I think that you'll be pleasantly surprised how, after the initial disappointment, how easy it is for you to let this go, because it was more time consuming than anything else. And I think that this actually makes your life a little bit more easier. I'm not saying that you're going to be alone. I'm not saying that you're abandoned. It's not that. But the space that is being granted and the wiggle room that you have to grow with this is going to cause for a lot of healing, which actually might need to be done in a low-key way. I really want to see you practicing some base chakra healing that's going on. So this is involving your home, your career, the materialistic things in your life, your sense of security. I really want you to focus on making that as strong as you can right now, and personally only identified as yourself, not really involving others. And then the rest of this is going to actually take off with a lot of excitement. And I do see a lot of physical action and changes happening in your life. So I hope this made sense. It's more of an annoyance of figuring out who the people are in your life and what this is going to be part of as far as identity goes. Okay, so what I'm seeing right here is almost in some sense of impulsiveness coming from you, because things seem to be out of a natural method or action, slowing down in your life. And it's this feeling of having to do something alone, but also really fighting the push to do it. It's like, I don't want to do this. I'm tired of being alone. I'm tired of nobody being there for me. I'm tired. What is this going to take? And it's incredibly frustrating. So this, it seems like, first off, this is only going to be temporary. You might have already been experiencing this, and I know that I'm going to get in the comments, it's been a long time, and I'm really sorry to hear that. But this is really important for you, and there's a major point of acceptance in this. And it doesn't mean that you're giving up. It doesn't mean that you're gullible. It doesn't mean that you're stupid. It doesn't mean any of those things. So this is to have some sense of balance restored in your life, because it seems like hanging on to something so much that you don't see the damage that it's actually doing to you physically. And I do feel like this is now being physically brought on. So we have the Justice card here. I really want to see this as balance being restored in your life through the art of acceptance. And these are some really challenging acceptances to look at with ourselves. Nobody really wants to do that and see like something has to be hard or sour towards ourselves. But this is kind of where it lies. All right, this sucks. I don't want to be here, but it is what it is. So you want to know what? Instead of fighting this, I'm going to just let this play out the way that it needs to. What do I need to do to get through this? What do I need to say? How do I have to be alone? How do I detach from this? All of those things are coming into play right now. So this is actually going to be something where you find how you potentially have bought into other ideals or other people's visions more than your own. And that's kind of hindered your progress, your personal progress. And this is going to set you on a journey of self-discovery. I know. How much more do you have to discover? Trust me, I already know that's infuriating to hear, but this is kind of where we are. This is a genuine level of self-discovery. I'm kind of excited to see what this brings about with you. Please don't hate me for saying the self-discovery thing, because I know. But it has the 10 of Cups. So it's all that glitters is in fact gold with this. It's all your needs being met. It's joyful. It's happy. This self-discovery is finding the sense of wholeness and family and unity in yourself, and having that physically expressed by likeness and mirroring out in your life. So a lot to be healed and disciplined in this, but it's 10 of Cups. So honestly, in the end, how bad can it be? Don't worry, it's a rhetorical question. But I want to know what you discover when it comes time, because it's going to be well worth it. So I was thinking about relationships because I'm such a sap, believe it or not. And it seems like there needs to be somebody from your past that you let go. I know you don't want to hear that, but be honest with yourself, notice the signs, ground yourself, and let your past go. And then it goes into the wedding, it goes into blessing in disguise, it goes into have confidence, creative project, and a new partner. So I feel like you're about to get the world in a sense of unionship. So this union always begins with self. And I say that in every single love reading, you have to be that love in yourself in order for this to show up in your life. But also in relationships, if it's toxic, abusive, or illegal, get the F away from it. I don't care what the cards say. It'll always be that. But there's a realization about the projections from the past that have overstepped in your life as far as relationship goes. And these, you know that there are people and ideal situations from the past, old constructs and thought processes and desires from the past that don't fit your life anymore. And it seems like if you let go of this, then who are you? If you let go of the ideals of what you had wanted in a particular type of person, then who are you? What is it that you actually want? What do you want in a partnership that you don't have in yourself? And also, how has this disrupted your relationships in the past? And I'm sure that other people have done this to you. So, you know, it's a big give and take on that one. And I want you to be happy. I want you to get the love that you are so rightfully deserving of. But there are a lot of blocks from the past that I think that you haven't noticed have disrupted your image on what love is coming in. So they'll let the past go. This is going to obviously be a process. It's going to be a pain in the butt is what it's going to be. But we have wedding, we have blessing in disguise, we have confidence, create a project, and new partners. So this would be either a new relationship that you're in or an incoming relationship. The union of yourself is actually mirroring on the outside. So if you're already in a great relationship, there might even be a depth of intimacy that is coming in that is going to be new for you guys. I see a lot of entanglement happening. I see a lot of lightheartedness coming to this union. And I also see that you guys aren't just partners in love, you're partners in crime, you're partners in, I say that playfully, partners in a lot of your works in life. It's like you guys are here in mission together, and I love this so much. So if this is somebody you are in a relationship with, get ready for a deepening of intimacy. If this is about somebody who's coming into your life, then you need to let this past and this past direction go so that you can fully embrace the love that you deserve and that they deserve you too. Somebody is here to be uncovered. I love it. I love love. There's something that is desperately trying to end in your life, and I know that you're fighting it. I know that part of you wants to give up. I'm not telling you to give up, but I'm telling you to let what's trying to leave your life. And this is the thinker, and we also have happy, in between worlds, and to the sea. So this is you getting into the flow state, and the thinker is thinking about what your life can actually become now, because this ending, it was something that greatly influenced a lot of the settings in your life, and without this, then you need to get a new fresh idea, which also means that you're going to have to clear your mind. You're going to have to get a new fresh idea of what happiness can look like in your life and get rid of those old limitations. It wasn't working. So then we have the in-between world is you have a different landing point. You don't know where everything's going, but you can at least follow the guidance of your heart. And this, again, you have to wipe the slate clean and get refocused and see what makes you come to life. I can almost guarantee you it's going to be vastly different than what it was before. But you're blocking the flow of abundance to you. You're blocking the joy and the happiness from coming to you by hanging on to these past experiences, these past relationships, these past hurts, these past loves, all of the past. It's trying to leave. The door is open. It's on its way out, but it's like you're begging it to stay, because anything different, that's even scarier because you don't know how to gauge it. This is saying, let it go and be still for a minute and get lost in your thoughts about, okay, where am I at now? What can I do with this? This is actually going to draw in a little bit of creativity with you to, I think, vision a new either paradigm, thought process. It feels kind of playful and beautiful, but you got to let yourself get rid of these fears and scary parts too. So I kind of want to look into this for one more time. So the in between the worlds and the flow state, give me insight on what that is. All right. So you might need to talk to somebody for some advice, and somebody who's been through something similar. And I want you to be open and vulnerable with them and not be afraid of the judgment, because again, they've been through this. There's no judgment. And if anybody's going to judge you, tell them they can go F themselves. I don't care who they are. You're finding your place in the world. You're finding your sense of home. Your heart is going back to not what's familiar, but what its heart is calling to. But you have to clear everything that is in front of that heart, because I don't know, it looks like a window that needs to be cleaned. There's so much muck all over it. but you're finding your home. Stop watering dead and fake plants. Yes, I mean this very figuratively. Also literally, because why would you? Why would you? But anyway, in a very figurative way, stop watering dead plants. You have this whole new cycle where there's a huge physical restart that's happening, coming into play. I feel like this is materialistically manifesting. Lots of physical materialism around this. It's not going to be hard. The lighter days are ahead. I feel like the worst is over. Honestly, there's a lot that you have to look forward to. You have grown so much. You're somebody who's worked on their freedom, who's worked on their ambition, who's worked on their desire, who's really a driven purpose person. I love this about you. Did I say person or person? I meant to say person. But anywho, you golden flippin' flower, look at you. Even birds are attracted to you. All right, so the Ace of Cups is in reverse. All right, you're going to be able to quickly identify what is not giving you the same energy back and cut it the F away. Now, how pleasant is that? You are going to show up in such a particular way that anything that does not match that energy or vibe, you're going to say, F this, Uno, I'm out. Reverse you, skip you, F you. Oh no. Anyway, so this is a lot of free time to not only work on yourself, but master yourself, keep yourself busy. You are going to be extraordinarily busy. And I see that this, you have to really chisel and keep up consistency with this. It's going to be putting everything off in the background, distancing yourself from the circus, and really working on the image that you want to carve for yourself, and doing that every single flippin' day. So after that, you get the High Priestess. You know the work that went into this. You know how hard you are. You know how boss you are. And you're not going to take anything that does not show up with that. So you're cutting away all the old energy that wasn't matching you. And then you're reestablishing it. And then you're just going to hold everybody to that standard because F it, why not? Going for the gold here. You're somebody who's very self-reliant and protected and grounded, and nothing's going to shake them again. You're not carrying on other people's crap ever again. You're dropping the burden because F them. Yeah, take your seeds and get out of here. It's playful. All right, you go make this happen. I'll talk to you soon. This is going to be from either a loved one who has crossed over, or it's going to be from your main spirit guide, but the message is still the same. It's still as important. And listen with an open heart and an open mind. Pause if you want to read and not hear me yap. Pause if you want to read and not hear me yap. So let's listen. So intimacy is scary sometimes. It means you have to let someone get to know the real you, not the perfect, flawless mask you wear for others. No, it's time to reveal the cool one, the passionate one, the imperfect one, the one that is totally you without artifice or walls. Yes, you will be exposed and vulnerable for a time, but it will be so worth it. This is the only way you will know true closeness with others, and you will also be close to spirit and to us. There is an amazing freedom that comes when you let go and just be yourself with others or a group. Release from the invisible bindings that keep you from intimacy. It's truly empowering. So we may support you wholeheartedly in this choice. You'll know yourself better, and we hope learn to love yourself as much as we do. Life is about who we are with others, so share it, and you'll be so glad that you did. Everything is in divine order, and even in the chaos, there is order. Oh my God, check out the Daily Tarot Oracle for May 18th, 2022. It talks about this. So for you, though, on your human journey, things can get disorganized in your mind and in your physical reality. You need to get rid of the clutter. Whether it's too many stories in your mind, too many what-ifs, or fearful thoughts of the past or the future, instead, focus on the now. Empty your mind and clear your house. Throw out any objects that tell you an uncomfortable story. Discern what you have, sort out, purge, clear, and organize. We want you to have space to fill with something better. Spirit loves a vacuum, as if it gives space for brilliant new energy. Let go of what is not serving you and your order, and give order to what remains. See them and know their value. Your soul needs organization in order to keep your connections to us and to spirit free of distractions. You are so adored by so many, and we hope that you know that. And we love you so, so much. Love, Spirit. So it's going to be chaotic and uncomfortable, but people have to see the real you, and you have to shine through, because there's a lot bigger things in store that need you to show up in authenticity. And anything that shows up in authenticity in yourself and in life right now is going to be met with a pretty heavy hand. And it's going to hurt not only you, but others. You need to be seen for the real that you are now, and you're so worthy of it. I hope that this made sense. You're very loved.